de boom vol rijpe gouden vruchten groeit in de boomgaard van mijn levensdroom. Een rozenrode achterboom vol rijpe gouden vruchten is van mijn ware liefde het symbool. Ik ben verliefd als...
I sense you all have recognized this voice. Truus. Truus. In 1970, she took part in a song contest on Belgian television and scored this mega hit. Once in a while, my 6 brothers and I used to club together to buy a 45 RPM record. We would share that one single between 2 or 3 of us. I was 6 and the youngest of the family, and I had no say in the matter. I ended up putting money towards records I didn't actually want. Now, though, I have to say that I'm grateful to my brothers. If back then we hadn't bought this mega hit by Truus, een rozenrode appelboom, a pink-red apple tree, et rosarood appeltred. I would be missing a nice memory. I wouldn't have this excellent example to prove that young children understand far more than adults would like to imagine. In the song that I helped to pay for almost 50 years ago, Truus sings, a pink red apple tree full of ripe golden fruit grows in the orchard of my lifelong dream. Boom, 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 boom. And then she continues with the fact that the tree is the symbol of her true love. What a line. What a thought. As a 6-year-old, I sang along at the top of my voice, and I understood what I was singing. I knew what the word symbol meant, and I remember that the words created beautiful images in my mind. True love is an apple tree, and life is an orchard. Later in my own life, when I fell in love, and which has happened a few times, I sometimes thought back to that song, and I would find myself singing it. Isn't it curious how words that you learn as a young child can remain etched in your memory forever? It also shows exactly, and in a very simple way, how important the age of 6, 7, 8 is. The fact that something can be etched in the memory. The fact that we can seize the opportunity to etch something of value in it. And the fact that what is of value does not necessarily have to be the child-sized version or whatever adults imagine to be child-sized. When I was 7, I learned to read, and through Boulevard, I discovered the books of Astrid Lindgren. 6 children in a village with 3 farms. That was something I could imagine. With 7 boys at home, we were a kind of Boulevard ourselves. But then in one house on Karel van Manderstraat in Bruges, in Flanders. I dreamt of a holiday in Zuid-Kroken. I wanted a dog like Bootsman. I didn't like Stina. But I understood her best of all. I wanted a big sister like Marlin. I was in love, boom, 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 with Pelle from the television series. Speaking of etching words, at the drop of a hat, my brothers and I can still act out the very short dialogue that everyone knows. Pelle? Ja. Vet du vad? I have to say, I'm glad that it's those words of Charven that I still remember. Do you know what? Isn't it nice to slow down and to ask for someone's attention and to indicate by saying vet du vad that you've just had a new thought or you want to share a new thought? Do you know what? Last week, the Alma organization gave me a treat that went on for days. I got to visit, for instance, Vimmerby for the first time. I had lunch, yeah. Do it again. I had lunch in the place where my third grandmother had grown up. A grandmother I never met, but I certainly knew her through her books. When I made my debut as an author at the age of 19 and realized that people were expecting not only books from me, but a whole body of ideas, I would sometimes hold up the translation of Samuel August från Sevedstorp och Anna i Hult during my talks. A book not only about the family Astrid Lindgren came from, but also about her life as an author. Of all the vet du vad moments I've encountered on my own path as a writer, the brief chapter in that book in which he speaks to me as a children's author is the first key. I have quoted Astrid on many occasions, in lectures, interviews. I am indebted to her. And I have been naming her name for over 35 years now. I also like to name her to be a bit of a troublemaker and to point out to my fellow authors, particularly writers of fiction for adults, that they urgently need to learn to be polite and to state their roots. Name the children's writers and children's books that have influenced you. Talk about the foundation that is etched in your memory. That's not shameful. On the contrary, it's honorable. In Ness, they could have just deposited me on the steps of the Red House that I know so well from photographs and drawings, and come to pick me up sometime next year. Some of the apple trees were still in bloom. Of course, the apple trees in Vimmerby have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Tru's pink-red apple tree, full of ripe golden fruit in the orchard of a lifelong dream. But being here now, receiving this beautiful award that honors Astrid Lindgren, my whole body is breathing the most important thing of all. That it is a privilege for all of us to sow and plant, fertilize and propagate, to pick apples, to give and take, and to pass on and let go, and constantly, yes, constantly to keep on asking one another, children in particular. Vet du vad? Vet du vad? I would like to thank Her Royal Highness, Kroonprinses Viktoria of Sweden. Your presence here underlines the relevance of the important message that Astrid Lindgren represents. Her Majesty, the Queen of the Belgians, who I know would have liked to be here today, also shares that same message. For years now, the Queen has encouraged me and my fellow writers and colleagues in the world of children's books, supporting the importance of reading and of reading to one another. Dear Amanda Lind, I'm telling you this a little too late, but it is a pity that you were not a candidate in our country. I would have voted for you. You seem like a very nice minister of culture and democracy. It's wonderful when a government fully supports children's culture. I would like to thank the jury of the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award. You have read me in the way that every writer would like to be read. Never before have I felt so understood. And when I declared my love to Boel Westin on the phone, that love was meant for all of you. So, yeah. Sorry, Boel. So does anyone know of a nice library where we can all move in together and live happily ever after? But who's going to cook for all of us? And who's going to bake the kanelbullar? Oh, I would like to thank Mariella, Lisa, and Helen Siegeland in particular. For this wonderful way that you have walked beside me in recent days, matching my pace and helping me in such a nice, humorous and unobtrusive manner. Helen, I think you are a wonderful woman. I would like to thank Norbert and Jacques, Dick, Lucienne, Wendy and Annette of Quader Publisher, the people who have been reading me since the 1980s and who see me as I am and who have taken me along with them for goodness knows what reason. Oh, now it's getting difficult. I would like to thank Jonathan, Maartje. Man van mijn hart, jag älskar dig. I would like to thank my dear friends and my colleagues in the world of children's books who have encouraged and supported me over the years, particularly the people of Flanders literature and Ibby Flanders, who kept believing in me as an Alma nominee. I would like to thank all of you who are here today to share this important moment with me. Don't applaud. And finally, I would like to thank my 6 brothers and my mom and my dear departed dad. You are the ground beneath my feet, the entire planet, in fact. Or to return to True's mega hit and her lifelong dream, you are the entire orchard full of apple trees. Tusen takk.
Bart Moeyaert, please stay. Take the applause.
Thank you.